Hi there, it's me again. Today we're going to be interviewing Jesse Ray. He's an amazing producer with an amazing philosophy around music. In 2024, he was nominated for Best Melodic Rap Performance, Best Reggae Album, Best Global Music Performance, Best Compilation Soundtrack for Visual Media, and way more. He's worked with Doja Cat, Burna Boy, and the list is endless. Although the interview is a little bit short, you will still find some amazing gems about his techniques with mixing straight into his AirPods, his philosophy on how to communicate with artists, on how to keep the mixes genuine and true to the artist's vision. And in general, he's just a great guy to talk to, very friendly. And at the end of the interview, he gives a message to the whole community of music producers. Hopefully you enjoy. Make sure you're subscribed, hit that like, and stay tuned for more interviews like this. Peace. Here with Jesse Ray at NAMM. How do you approach achieving balance and depth in your mixes while maintaining the emotional intent of a song?
Usually let the reference mix do the talking. I feel like I'm trying to tighten up and calibrate my sense and like perception on how the record should be speaking. Sometimes the reference mix isn't exactly telling me that story. A lot of the time it's not a conscious thought, it's just a matter of pushing and pulling and honestly rebalancing the faders. As simple as just moving faders. Like that really is a lot of the first moves that I make. Where's this kick? Where's the kick and bass relationship? Are we getting the speaker cones to physically move in rhythm with the song? Are we getting it to feel right? And and then from the top down we're looking at gain staging and is our mix bus limiting my potential for getting an explosive sound, and then from there just all the 1,000 micro moves that go from the start to the finish to get the song to happen. But as far as depth, I think that's kind of an effects thing. You got early reflections, really quick delays, slap delays, rooms, and then kind of a medium length thing, and then maybe some longer like shimmer style 10-second verbs. You just create this ocean of different ambiances, many different parallel reverbs put together to create the atmosphere. And a little extension on that before I just make this the longest answer of all time. I feel like if you can close your eyes and look through the window into the sonic landscape of where the song's being performed, you can kind of visualize like what the area is like. What is the acoustic environment that the musician is performing in? And then from the drummer to the bass to the guitar to the vocalist, you can kind of find compatible pieces of ambience to really make them feel like they're together in a room, in a space. Wow. And that's kind of how I treat it.
You're kind of famous for mixing straight into AirPods. That's all right. Do you still do that? And how do you capture that spatial sort of communication with everything? Because I feel like AirPods are quite a bit limiting in that. Do you ever go back to actual headphones or do you just stick to AirPods?
I do most of the mix on these big Strauss monitors, and it's like, all right, this feels great, but generally I'm not super confident in where I've placed reverbs and delays. Then I'll check in headphones, and usually it's like, oh, I put way too much verb in or way too much delay. I feel like they just completely accurately help me decide the exact level of where those should be.
Do you use like mix cubes at all? Or
I have a little NS10 boombox. It's two NS10 speakers like next to each other off to the side, and I really like that. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm in a new room now, and I've been just like, this is super fun in the new room.
What's your process for building trust and effective communication with artists to ensure their vision comes through the mix?
My passion really just kind of pours out of me, and they can see it, and I think it's really important that you convey your commitment to the art that they've made. If you get across from them, you can be like, well, I have my idea in my mind of what it should be. Right. I know you guys had this. It's like, no, we can't be across from each other. This is something my dad always taught me. We get on the same side as each other. Like, I'm with you. I'm here and I'm on the ground floor with you, and I'm like, I'll get down in the trenches with you and we'll dig on this thing. We'll do 100 revisions. I will go to fucking war for you.
Do you prepare an artist with that mindset? Or like, it's like, hey, we're gonna start working together. I just want to reassure you that we might not agree on the first mix, but we will get there.
Well, I try not to talk too much because I talk a lot. A lot of the time artists are busy. At least some of the artists I work with, they have a lot going on. And so I try to let the actions do the talking. But I just tell them right off the bat, like, I'm gonna do a first pass. I'm gonna give everything I can give to make this first pass just be what I think the song should be. Kind of like an A&R, I'm gonna put it where I think it should be to like really meet the masses and speak to your fan base and put the song to where it's gonna tell the story the best way possible. And if you have different ideas in mind, amazing. At that point, I'm excited to collaborate with you and go back and forth until we get you 1,000% satisfied. And that's what I say. And usually they feel pretty confident, and then we get there.
You're also kind of famous for the most minimalistic setup. I mean, your keyboard is in your lap.
Yeah.
How'd you get there? What made you sort of decide on that? Did you go from big console table levels to this.
Yeah, I had an Argosy desk with 4 huge bays of racks, and at one time it had a console in it, and I was struggling with the translation because what I was mixing in the studio didn't sound like that when I got outside in the real world, in the car, in the AirPods. It was my friend Greg Scott, who has this company, Cush Audio. I was at his house, and I was like, where's the desk? He's like, here, pull up something on Spotify. He hands me this little platform. It's this tiny little desk that sits in his lap. And he's like, yeah, this way I don't have to have any reflections. What I get is the speakers hitting my ears, not hitting a desk, bouncing off, delaying the signal, and then giving me a home-filtered, shitty, phasey sound.
Yeah.
It's direct, it's pure to get rid of that desk.
And you probably save a lot of money, and like you have your pure focus just on the mix.
100%. You go to a hi-fi listening room, generally it's a seating area, there's a couch, and there's speakers. There's no desk, not even a coffee table.
Speaker taller than you, too.
Yeah, it's the pure way to just get the sound.
What's one skill or mindset you believe is the most important for someone just starting in music production today?
Oh, it's a tough one, man, because it's really freaking competitive now. It's really, really challenging. But I think if you have an edge, really, if you love what you're doing and you love this and you're into this craft and you're an engineer type or a producer type, like you're probably obsessing over this already. And you're probably like night and day, eat, sleep, and breathe music, making music. Like this thing is addicting. It's like you can't really just 1 foot in. Like you just, most of the people that I know who've been successful have just fallen into it head first and they can't stop. Even like now, my wife and my kids are like, dude, you're in the studio all the time. Are you gonna come hang out with us? I'm like, yeah, but I'm in here practicing and mixing. I'm having a good time. Like, it's tough to pull us away from that. If you're naturally gifted, if you have a natural affinity for this stuff, then you're already obsessing. You're already doing the right things. Keep it up and treat people really, really well. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Make your mark and have an edge and stand out. Stand out!
If there's a billboard for music producers, what message are you putting on there?
Oh, that's such a good question. I don't even know what the hell that would say. Make it bang, baby.
Make it bang, baby. All right, awesome.